Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of In the Kitchen Cooking. As always, I appreciate you coming by. It is a true honor to have almost 80 subscribers and 100 plus views on almost every video. So really means the world to me. I know I say that every time, but I never want to stop being thankful. That is so important because you have 1,000 other things on YouTube to watch, but you choose to watch my videos as soon as they're posted. Things are going well here in Vegas still. It is getting hot again. We had a nice cool period of the 90s. We had some pretty wild monsoons. I'm sure you saw on the news a lot of that footage, and I appreciate some of you reaching out to me and asking how I was doing, if the flooding affected me. Fortunately, it did not. I was not this guy that you saw in the news riding on his floaty down the river, the man-made river that was coming out of the Link Casino. That wasn't me, thank goodness. I wouldn't be that foolish. But I did get some cool footage out on my balcony. It was raining really hard and did get this cool lightning strike, but I was probably the only local that was filming on my balcony. The people here are used to monsoons and crazy weather, but me coming from California, you know, it never rains in California, so. I enjoyed that, but it is getting hot again, and I'm wearing this jacket just to hang my lapel mic because it was dragging down my shirt in the other video, so that's why I'm wearing this jacket, but I am sweltering. But whatever it is, to look good, that's all that matters. But speaking of looking good, I'm trying out the mustache. I don't know how well it looks, so you know, in the comments tell me, hey, you might think you look like Tom Selleck, but you really look like Michael Cera. And I will just grow back the goatee, or I may try shaving it all together. The reason I'm trying the mustache is here in Las Vegas, you know, they're really paranoid about underage gambling or drinking. And when I go to sit at the bars or I go to the casinos to play, I always get carded. But I found when I have the mustache only, I very rarely get carded. So maybe it is helping me not look so young. Maybe I actually look 36.
Can I help you?
And then I also got to see New Found Glory play the 20th reunion show of their album Sticks and Stones. And it's hard to believe that that album came out 20 years ago. When I rolled up to the venue where the show was on, I totally felt like Matt Damon's character from Saving Private Ryan. I felt so old, but it's hard to believe I've been listening to that band for that long. And I got this really cool poster. It's from their song Head on Collision, and this poster was made specifically for the Vegas show, so it's pretty sweet. It's signed by them, and but it was a great show, really, really awesome. But that's the latest and greatest news in the life of Michael in Vegas. But today we're gonna get back into our In the Kitchen, Going Solo in the Kitchen cookbook. I was gonna do the chili verde recipe, but all the recipes I found online were for 8 servings or more, and as we know, I'm still single, I'm still eating by myself, so I really thought I'd stay on this theme of just cooking for myself. I got a lot of positive feedback from the last video, so today we're gonna stay with the theme of breaded, but instead of chicken this time, we're gonna do a breaded shrimp. So let's go see what we're working with. Very similar to last month or last video, we're working with very minimal ingredients. The most important one obviously is the shrimp. You want to get raw shrimp, tail off and deveined. For this recipe, you only need 3 to 4 ounces. The smallest bag I could find was about 10 ounces. You probably could go right up to the meat counter and ask the person just for that amount. But I think if you get a bag like this, and you can always freeze it or make it the next day. We have our breadcrumbs from the last recipe. We're gonna reuse those. We also have some parsley leaves and some garlic. We're gonna throw that in this blender here, and we're gonna mix that all up. And then We're gonna melt down the butter. It's about 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna coat the shrimp with it and then line the shrimp up on the baking sheet, and then we're gonna sprinkle the breadcrumb concoction on top of the shrimp, and that's gonna coat it up and help lock in that moisture, so when we throw it in the oven at 350 degrees, it'll pack in that flavor, pack in that moisture, and turn out really nice. The recipe did call for you to put the shrimp on and then sprinkle this concoction on top of it. But then I got to remembering in our last video when I put the breadcrumbs on and some of them fell to the side, it did start to burn. So what I think I might do is get a small bowl, put this concoction in the bowl, and then take the shrimp out and maybe put some cellophane over the bowl and just shake it up and see if that can coat it a little bit better. And then I'll place it on the baking sheet after it's been coated. So we're gonna deviate from the recipe book, but let's see how it turns out. I'm gonna take these tongs and transfer the shrimp into the bowl because we don't want the butter to go with it. We wanna be able to take the butter and put it over the concoction in the shrimp after we've lined it up on the baking sheet. And so that's why we don't want to just dump it in this bowl. We're going to take it one by one and then start coating it. There's very few things that are truly emasculating to me for some reason than cellophane wrap and trying to fold a fitted sheet. For some reason, those two things super annoy me and super emasculate me, but I think I got this one, so let's see if I can rip off a piece without it getting stuck to itself. See? All right, so we're going to put this over our bowl and then, nope, see, I'm struggle busting. I'll be right back. We're gonna try again, but this time I'm not gonna tear it off until I have it on the bowl. There we go. Aha, all right. That was much better. We're gonna seal this nice and tight. It's probably not tight enough, but let's get to shaking. All right, that's looking pretty good. Smells really good too. All right, so now we're gonna put this on the baking sheet. I'm glad I did it this way. I don't think I would have got it as well coated had I done it the way the recipe book said. All right, so we got everything lined up. I ended up with the baker's dozen 13. Was really hoping I'd get an even number in there, but that's not too bad. So from this point, we're gonna throw it in the oven, again at 350 degrees, and we're gonna let it be in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. But just like pork, we gotta keep an eye on it because it can dry out really fast. Before I throw it in though, I am going to douse the remaining butter on top of it just to keep that moisture there. And then once we get it out, we'll throw it on some brown rice with some broccoli. So while I'm waiting for the shrimp and the brown rice to finish cooking, I did want to give a shout out to this video's first partnership ever, the Nannie Sanctuary. So you've been noticing I've been wearing this shirt of this dog, Nannie or Kunani, is no longer with us, but her memory lives on. And Jacqueline and Jennifer, some good friends of mine, have started an organization based in LA that's helping animals find their forever homes. Forever. So as the saying goes, adopt, don't shop. So if you're in the LA or OC area, please check out the Instagram page I've linked in the description below. They're doing a great work. So if you're looking for a new pet, be it a dog, a cat, I've even seen some rabbits on the page. Again, adopt, don't shop. Check out the Nannie Sanctuary and help an animal find its forever home. All right, let's go see if things are done and get to taste testing. All right, I know I say this every video, but this smells really good. It came out really good too, but let's give the shrimp a taste. That's good. I like it. It's fresh. I think the parsley adds to that freshness. It's perfectly moist, so I think I took it out at about 16 minutes. I turned the oven off, and then as the brown rice and the broccoli finished cooking, I threw the tray back in the oven, but the oven was off, so it wasn't still hot, but it was enough to keep it warm, but not dry it out. I also think pouring the butter over it helped a lot. So keep those tips in mind if you make it. One thing I think you could really do is at the beginning of the week, bread a whole bunch of shrimp, and then when you want to cook it, you just throw it on your baking sheet and cook away. You don't have to do it all at once. You can have that breaded shrimp ready to go and just whip it up really quickly. I wouldn't recommend microwaving it because it probably would make the room smell pretty bad, but definitely I think you could just make a batch and get it all whipped up. So once again, that'll do it for another episode of In the Kitchen Cooking. Really appreciate you dropping by. I'll do another one soon. As always, if you have any ideas that you want me to try, even if it's a serving for more than one person, I'll definitely try it out. But until recommendations come through, I'll probably stick with this book. It's just a lot easier for me to get the ingredients and whip up the recipe and record it and get it out. So really looking forward to the next one, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.